Jesus Christ, that's horrible lighting.
Nah, who cares?
What's up, guys? It's, Slavic. Slavic pterodactyl. Pterodactyl of Slavic origin.
And today, we're going to be reading KFC fan fictions. And this one's called Forbidden Love, the McDonald's and the KFC Sonata.
Now let us sit as we review fan fiction.
One fine morning, the hot girl that works at KFC opposite to the McDonald's noticed the blonde manning the cash register. She flashed the young girl a teasing smirk. The small girl, bored out of her mind with a slow day, was taken aback by the smile. Surely the woman just thought being a little risque would allow her a better meal. Just then a man named Louis walked through the door holding a clipboard and wearing nothing but a livery cap and a box covering his genitalia.
Oh
Did
boy,
someone
here we go.
order a package? He announced. Did I mention he had a mustache? Yang, the blonde bombshell working at the McDonald's, didn't notice him, and instead was caught gazing dreamily at the mysterious ebony-haired woman from across the street. She mentally cursed and tore her gaze away. I wonder what she was thinking.
Alright, this man's penis is in that bag, in that box.
Yeah. As she continued to coldly ignore Louis.
We've returned.
The raven-haired worker, however, took on the opposite approach. No, go away, she said. Curtly and professionally, the man turned and walked out the exit. Tears edged on his eyes and his box dropping to his feet.
His penis was in the box.
He spelled dropping wrong, but it just says drooping in defeat.
Drooping in defeat.
See, look.
He's drooping.
Drooping in defeat.
He's drooping.
But alas, it wasn't Louis at all. He was really a dragon in disguise. The perfect cover to launch an attack on the employee, but his feelings were hurt. However, the new transformed dragon child steeled his heart and returned. He approached the KFC woman. Do you sell naan? Asked the not-so-smart boy.
Do you sell naan?
Sorry, but we only sell chicken here, replied the woman. Yang watched as the two talked. She didn't know why, but she suddenly felt intense jealousy coursed through her. Something primal screamed at her to go over there and get that boy right from her fast food rival. Calm a lilac, eyes bled to crimson. She wanted Cinder all to herself. Are you sure? Responded the dope dragon. He was certain that KFC has stand for Crazy Frank's Compound.
Crazy doesn't start with a K.
No. Which had sold him the most delicious naan bread this side of his Dragon Mountain. I don't know. Yes, the KFC was next to a mountain. I am sure before the employee could finish, Yang combusted in a spiral of fire, her crimson eyes burning through the flames. All of a sudden, a light-skinned, silver-eyed, and short silver-haired beauty entered the shop, covered in a long black-red cloak. What's this? An original character? Everyone had turned silent. She had almost goddess feel about her. She walked straight up to the counter, expressionless as a brick wall having a Vietnam flashback. Okay. And said, "Can I have a wicked zinger box meal, gravy, and a Fanta?" The boy serving said,
"Give me that Fanta."
The employee serving her said, "We only do tango." "That's okay," replied the mysterious woman. The rage that boiled in Yang melted away after seeing his new arrival. "Ruby? Is that you? Are you trying to cosplay as Wises or Cinder?" The employee had taken a metaphorical step back. There was a woman on fire, dragon wanting naan bread, and some god chick asking for a wicked zinger meal at her KFC. She evaluated the situation and said, any logical person would say in such a position.
Where's the penis?
Would you like
come
fries
in?
with that? I don't know.
Where's the penis come in?
I don't know. It was
Well, I know where it goes in.
No,
but I don't know where it comes
the
in
drooping
story.
box dude happened to be a dragon.
Why is he a dragon?
I don't know.
I thought he had a penis in the box.
I don't know, but The dude misspelled dropping to drooping.
He was drooping in his defeat.
Oh, I do believe fries should come with the meal, she answered with narrowed eyes. That's only the kiddie meal, ma'am. Oh, then I'll just... So, interrupted Yang, brushing past the ethereal girl and leaning in a little closer to look at Cinder's chest. More specifically, at the name tag. Cinder, how about you? And I eat you out. Huh? The blonde grinned and wagged her flaming eyebrows, and then paled a little when she remembered the third girl. Oh, Ruby! Yang faced the shorter girl and rubbed the back of her neck. Listen, how about you go outside and play with the waste or something? I'm a little busy here, but my order and my name isn't. Shh. Yang placed her flaming finger on the girl's lips. Third-degree burns quickly appearing. Run along. You got to grow. You can't just cling to me forever. When Yang removed her finger, the girl collapsed onto the floor. Her lower jaw thoroughly melted several places. Yang stared at the burning mess and wiped away a stray tear from her eye. They grew up so fast.
What the fuck? What is this? This had like nothing to do with KFC.
Oh, does not. McDonald's and KFC, man. That'd be €14.99 euros. Cinder said while also wiping away tears. Her heart swelling with joy as she remembered the time when she was a child. She had fondness for burning things in her growing years. One of her most cherished memories when she was 12 had tried to set fire to her shadow. While she had succeeded, she wasn't allowed any more pet hedgehogs.
Very funny joke, very funny joke. Very clever, okay?
A loud voice ran through Yang's head, screeching like claws on a chalkboard. How dare you, said the voice. Yang looked around. Everyone had been frozen at a time and had stopped. You have no idea what I am, or what I'm capable of. A horrible voice came from inside her head. Yang looked down at the floor where the girl should be. She was gone. Yang looked behind her, and there she stood. Once PTSing girl, now full of rage. Her hair and eyes had turned black, and two black angle wings sprouting out of her back. The edge imagining for and she could cut the wrist of any emo with a 5-kilometer radius. Pretty great. Ruby! Yang shouted while pointing at a fury-filled female. Do you want to keep that arm, peasant? My name is Ezreal, but you may know me as Alpha Death. Soon you'll pay for your mischievous behavior, exclaimed the Lord of Edge.
Christ
Jesus
almighty.
Oh my god. What are you talking about?
This has nothing to do with KFC. Where's the part where they shove chicken tenders up their ass? A little chicken drum out the butthole.
What are you talking about, Ruby? Yang questioned. All the confusion slapping her in the mouth like a used tampon on Labor Day.
Fun times.
Oh, that's pretty great.
The only thing that KFC is in here for is as a setting. That's it. I don't even think this is taking place in a KFC. I think it's taking place in McDonald's.
I think so too, because like the McDonald's is like halfway across the street, and Yang is working at the McDonald's. So they take this McDonald's. Well, Blake. Wait, what?
Who's Blake?
Oh yeah, 3 days. You have 3 days to live. Death said, her eyes twitching like schizophrenic crack horror before vanishing in a cloud of darkness and fan fiction scripts. But Blake, who was inside the KFC smoking some dank weed, imagined that whole event about angles and shit. But Mary's tits. I need to stop smoking, Blake said, lighting another weed cigarette. Who the fuck's Blake? Blake was the most trill OG around. But then she passed out. The quiet little Ben and Jerry's girl spiked her drink because Blake owed her some serious bills. And instead of paying Neo back, she ran away like a little bitch.
God, what are you reading?
I don't know.
This has nothing to do with KFC. Can we pull one up that actually like has something to do with KFC?
I kind of want to finish this. But,
how long is this?
oh shit, that's a lot more long. You McDonald's scum, I just saw that shit.
You McDonald's scum. You're scum.
I want to read the last thing. Cinder and Yang had held hands and skipped fearlessly into the sunset, where they were unbothered by the flaming heat, as they burned. The end. Man, this is the most edgy shit I've read.
There was no penis and vagina. I rate it a 0 out of 10. There was no vagina and vagina.
Why don't we just look up sex fictions? KFC fan. Like sex.
Kinky say KFC fan fiction.
I'm just.
We'll be right back when we find one that actually has. Read the last one.
Oh man, this one's pretty great. Colonel Sanders has sex with Tord.
Who's Tord?
Ed's World fanfic. Fuck. Dirty sex fanfic.
KFC.
There's no sex in Harry Potter, man. She thinks she's reading Order of Dignity.
Read the one.
I want to read the first one.
The first one?
Yeah.
Ronald McDonald X Wendy.
Smut. A cartoon X overs fanfic.
I'm alright with that. Let's do the one.
Ooh.
It was dark. Oh god.
It was dark. Okay, this is not about KFC right now. It's about.
This is about Ronald McDonald and Wendy getting down and dirty, alright?
Down and dirty. Also, I have to pull it out. Go out. Wendy's thick as shit. Alright. It was dark. Ronald and Wendy were alone, watching TV in the living room. Mayor McCheese was murdered today. The hamburger is suspected to be behind the assassination. The news gets more depressing nowadays, said Ronald. Depressingly, nothing good ever happens anymore. Wendy looked up at Ronald. What do you mean? She said. We can make something good happen, Ronald. Ronald was confused. What are you talking about? He said, scratching his head. Wendy walked over to the kitchen counter. You know, I could use... Wait, what? I could use... Right now, Ronald? She asked. What? Ronald asked. Wendy giggly seductively. A Big Mac.
Oh.
She said as she raised her ass into the air. Oops, sick. Trying to turn Ronald on. Ronald finally got what Wendy meant by making something good happen. Ronald walked over to Wendy, turned her over, and began kissing her very
God. Beginning.
Lustfully. Oh shit, this is pretty. Now we're getting somewhere.
Everything is tinted red and it is terrifying.
Oh, those are pretty sick glasses. You should wear those for the next video.
I got this. I'll wear them for the rest of it. I can't see, but I can read. I can read.
Wendy did not want this to end. In fact, she wanted more. She wanted Ronald's big fat cock in her ass.
Oh god!
No!
This is gonna be an adventure, dude. This is gonna be an adventure.
Oh my god!
This is gonna. Oh.
Her vagina was like Niagara Falls.
See, this is already like 10 times better than the other one. And this has nothing to do with KFC.
Oh no! Okay. Ronald could sense this. Let's take this to the couch, Ronald said as he picked up Wendy and laid her onto the couch. I'll be right back, he said. And he went upstairs to his bedroom. He opened his drawer and got a fresh condom out of the box. He hid it under his clothes.
I'm just trying to imagine Wendy and Ronald McDonald.
Big clown cock in her ass, alright. No, big fat.
Oh god.
Wendy, he went back downstairs to his beloved Wendy to continue his sexual evening with her. When he got back, Wendy was completely naked.
Oh.
You ready? She said seductively. Ronald studied her body. Her breasts were as big as Birdie's. Sick. Maybe even bigger. Her ass was wide as Colonel Sanders' chicken farm in Kentucky.
That's where the KFC comes in.
Okay. Now we got it. Now
we can put KFC in the title.
And her vagina was red as raw hamburger meat. God. And as fuzzy as a chicken.
What? Hold on. Chickens ain't fuzzy.
I guess.
They're
I'm ready, said Ronald as he pulled down his pants. Wendy was amazed at Ronald's perfect penis. His tip was big in the middle with some veins on it. Ronald walked over to Wendy, put the condom on, and slapped his dick onto Wendy's ass.
It's like slapping a raw chicken.
Wendy moaned loudly. It was everything she had dreamed about, every wet dream she had about Ronald.
Oh, God.
As time went on, Ronald got faster and faster, slamming her beautiful butt harder and harder. Oh, Ronald!
Oh, Ronald.
Beautiful, shouted Wendy. She was about to come, and so was Ronald. Seaman flew over the living room. Ronald got up. Time to prove you're a nice little lady, he said. He grabbed onto his dick, and it was time for Wendy to give Ronald the blowing of his life. Wendy crawled over to Ronald.
It's time to vacuum. Let's go.
Wendy crawled over to Ronald and put her lips around Ronald's meat stick. It tasted so good. She was truly loving it. Ronald then began to skull fuck Wendy, which felt amazing to both of them. Oh, Wendy, get ready to swallow, Ronald said as he came in the redhead's mouth. And Wendy did swallow all of Ronald's sperm, which tasted like Big Mac special sauce. They were both tired. That was amazing,
Don't
said
eat
Wendy.
the Big Mac.
Said Wendy, masturbating to Ronald, who was naked. Yeah, me too, said Ronald, who was also masturbating to Wendy. Let's do it again sometime. Yeah.
Okay, good story, good execution. 8 out of 10 though, because I noticed some plot holes. One, they said they slapped the condom on, but semen sprayed everywhere. So either they forgot about the condom.
No, it was Wendy.
Or
it was Wendy.
Okay, I was gonna say, cause is Ronald McDonald just got like shotgun for a penis or something? Cause he's just. And two, what was the condom used for? There was nothing.
Yeah, he used it.
Great story. Much appreciate.
All right.
I think, how much time do we have? Oh, we're running on 20 minutes. We have time for like a short one.
This was made 2017, May 19th.
Hey, that was 2 days from now.
I'm not loving it. Chapter 1.
Chapter 1. What about Chapter 2?
Oh, what? Terratophilia. What is the most disturbing fan fiction you've ever read?
Of this one.
Yeah. More results.
This counts too. And this is the worst I've read. Well, okay, no, this is disturbing. The worst one was the last one, because that one just
sucked.
It was just bad.
Remember the one that we read, dude? It was about like when Damien was reading it. Like it was his.
He was reading and it was like his father and son bonding, and then we skipped like 4 paragraphs, and like the first sentence was the father pulled the chicken like the drumstick out of his son's asshole.
Oh my god!
We were just like, what the hell?
Dude, it was so fucking funny, dude. Holy shit!
Anybody out there watching? If you write a fan fiction about me, make me a pterodactyl Slavic origin. I will be happy.
And
I'll read it.
Don't make me fucking, please.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Make me fuck like a rock or something. I don't know. That sounds like something I'd do.
Oh yeah, look at this
sexy ass rock. Make the rock talk like a girl, but it's not a girl.
It's a very seductive Russian voice. And she has the body of a beautiful Russian woman. But it's a rock. Because women are cold-hearted rocks.
I can't say that. We can't get on YouTube Kids now. Controversy.
The entire time we were reading it.
You gotta keep it PG. Tomato sauce, not blood.
Oh shit.
Let's find another one. Let's do the Colonel Sanders.
Colonel Sanders has sex with Tord.
Yeah, whatever the fucking hell Tord is.
Oh, Jesus.
What? I can't see. Oh, he's ready.
He's smiling.
Everything is red. I am seeing
What?
blood.
What?
What?
Damn, do you all think Yoo-hoo? I remember back when I want to read it. Please, I want to read it. Okay.
Please, I want to read.
How much time do we have?
We can go on 30 minutes or like 2:25. We're at 20 now.
Okay, let me see how. Oh, this is a very short one. A very.
Okay, so then we'll read this one.
It's like 5
And
paragraphs.
we'll go home.
I'm going home. I'm staying over. It was a day like all other.
That's pretty cool.
No one would have expected a thing except knockoff Tord. It was like the rest of the city. It was dark, dank, damp, dilapidated, dated. Fuck. Crime Alley. The plan was simple. Everything was all laid out. His target was already sent to his location. His target wanted to score some coke in the alley, but knockoff Tord was not planning to make any lonely transaction. He did not have any cocaine to sell.
He's selling cock.
There he was. Target spotted. He was penetrated the threshold, entered the alleyway, approached. He made his way over in an odd aura of confidence. He walked in some kind of swagger. A bead of sweat marched down the brow of knockoff Tord. He was overcome with an unexplained feeling of impending doom. His target met up with him, struck up a conversation. Hey man, you got the coke? I don't want no trouble. That was the cue. Time to get to work. He unsheathed his blade with a polished green tint. A karambit. Hey dude, maybe you don't want to try that. Don't be so reckless. What would you do? Do you have anything better? Alright, you can try.
Is
Give me
Colonel
your
Sanders
best.
gonna rape Tord? Or is Tord gonna rape Colonel Sanders? I feel like rape is going to happen.
Yeah. Alright, you can try. Give me your best try. Knockoff Tord wondered. Who would stare in the face of death like that? Does he want to die? Knockoff Tord plunged his knife into the man. He penetrated his flesh. In a hazy, dark blue fog, his target vanished. He felt the presence behind him. You don't think you can get away that easily? I want to fuck you until you're cured. He recognized that voice. African American culture. Personified. Knockoff Tord was put up a struggle. It was futile, but he pushed to the ground. He felt the physical embodiment of African American culture, cold, almost metallic. Kept it. Enter into him. Everyone that has their kinks is nothing to be ashamed of.
This man's getting fucked by African American culture.
He could feel the object penetrating. A rhythmic in and out. Is this what it feels like to die? Would I prefer a sweet embrace of death to this moment? A great equalizing force. Knockoff Tord could bear no such frivolous thoughts anymore. The intense pain was undeniable. However, he did not know why. Gradually, however, he noted a slight ease to his suffering. It was almost like lubricant was being graciously added. Well,
Come.
Yeah, maybe. Without explanation, he stopped. He was violated for the last time. Instinctively, he got up to run. He made a mad dash. There was no need to pull up his pants. The savage raped him through his jeans. Holy shit.
I knew it.
He ran as fast as he could, hauling demolished ass. He collided with the man walking out of a little building. The door labeled WC. A stench of aroma filled the air. Translator note. Dead sperm gives off an aroma smell. He was jacking in there. Thanks! His wretched face turned to reveal something about that. But somehow combined bird and Mexican. It was... it was bird or twat. African American culture personified was able to catch up. He resumed his activities, reinserted his mobile device, screen plastered with watermarks, Bandicam, power director, flappy cap. This time, however, it was not so bad. It felt warm and inviting, like it was right. You thought I could get off like that. I only need to stretch out your asshole. That's all, remarked African American culture personified. You see, I'm black. For about an hour, he was ravaged in that alleyway. Despite it was rape, he enjoyed it. However, all good things must come to an end. African American culture personified started to nut. He was filled by an odd, warm feeling, happiness, and bubbled yet. By the name of Lord Sanders, I shall return to Earth. If I shall shit on the canon lore so I can write about it later. He vanished. However, in this place appeared to be an odd contraception, of which he likes he had never seen. Resembled an automaton straight from the movies. Overcome with the shock of realizing his true sexuality, he lost all train of thought. He handed over his dossier to the machine. He wandered off in a haze, thinking it was normal. Unannounced to him, he was poisoned as not to run off to the police, and would die in a few hours. Yet, the criminal underworld will go on. Drugs must be sold, heists performed, and people hit.
Alright. That was
To be continued.
Colonel Sanders has sex with Tord. Poor Tord.
Semicolons and long ass names.
Well, that was something.
Your boy, Mr. Smith.
This was
That was written by your boy, Mr. Smith.
This was Slavic Pterodactyl and
This fucking kid.
reading KFC fanfiction. Believe it or not, all three of these had something to do with KFC. I'm not quite sure what, but they did, and that's what matters.
And
Hope you guys,
also, just to point out, we're not on drugs. Yes?
come.
So, just to point out, we're not on drugs.
No, we're sober.
Sober. A little bit.
Clean.
I'm clean.
I'm clean.
I'm clean. I don't have slits on my wrist.
I got Doom in my hand. I don't think you can see it in the dark, but Doom.
Wakanda forever.
Oh, what's the cross? Got a cross.
Block.
Cross block.
Cross block.
Cross block.
Cross block.
That was
Spider-Man training. Go watch that video now.
that was Slavic Pterodactyl and this fucking kid reading fan fiction. Write a fan fiction about me, I dare you. I goddamn dare you.
And the next time
Look me straight in the eye. I dare you.
And the next time you hear us
Pussy
read a
boy.
fan fiction, is probably with Sheen Tail
Slavic Pterodactyl.
and this fucking kid out. Bitch.